Three, two, one. Good morning, YouTube and the rest of the world. It's your boy here, Captain America. Just fucking with you. It's Edwin Bednarchek, aka Money Mayo, aka Eddie Belafonte. And I'm just gonna stop with the nicknames right there. Whoa, actually, let me add Eddie Confetti, because that's now a stand on the Asbury Park Boardwalk. So, on the agenda today, I'm going to do a quick product review of Monster Energy Zero Ultra, um, as well as discuss a few facts about shrimp, which make it very disgusting. Um, so 25%, 1/4. This is a circle. That's half. Well, you know, that's the circle in quarters, kind of. And 1/4 of that circle, 25%, is the seafood consumption of a typical American. So what I mean to say in that regard is, of the seafood consumption of a typical American, 25% of that is shrimp. Now, whether or not this is because it's an abundant creature, it's pretty much a bug of the sea, or, because it's easy to cook, it's tasty, things like that. We farm it here ourselves. Sorry, just checking the phone. Um, you know, it is just it's one of the worst seafoods that you could eat. It really, really is. You know what? And I'm not talking about, listen, I'm not talking about the wild caught shrimp. You know, the shrimp that are out there on their own, that are wild caught, that aren't farm raised. But the farm raised shit is terrible. It's fucking worse for you than, I'm sure you've seen videos. You could search videos of tilapia with the worms crawling in it. It's worse for you than tilapia and fucking catfish. If that's any indicator of how fucking bad shrimp is for you. So, it's a lot of it is farmed abroad, which is where the real problem, it begins to sort of manifest itself, if you will. Like, it is. Let me just see here. I want to see the exact statistic. If I could pull it up for you guys here. Yeah, so in the 1970s, they began like the intensive expansion of it, eventually bringing a lot of the production and farming of this overseas, which is the problem with tilapia. It's farmed in China. So they're grown in these man-made ponds in Thailand, Indonesia, Ecuador, China. Um, so they're not farmed. They're produced like under very unhealthy conditions that can lead to neurological damage, severe allergies, infections, illnesses, things that you just don't want in your body, inflammation, and it's often because the shrimp are exposed to things that pathogens when they're swimming in their own shit, and like they become resistant to antibiotics, they develop E. coli, and that fucks with the whole nutrition of the shrimp. It takes out what makes a goodness of a shrimp, the shrimp, like it is it's a low calorie, pretty tasty, not gonna lie, full of chemicals, but pretty tasty. So it's a low calorie, high protein food, but if you have to put up with fucking allergies, illness, and everything just to get to the fucking food, do you really want to be eating it? I mean, you gotta ask yourself that. What's more important, getting in the protein or your fucking health? I mean, if you're a fucking delusional bodybuilder or something and you're, doing whatever you have to do, we all know what they do. I'm sure you've seen the videos of Kai Green and different bodybuilders who need to make their money. then, you know, that's probably a good source of protein for you, as well as canned tuna. So you can go and get mercury poisoning and have really high sorry, not lead, mercury levels, you know, heavy metals. I was thinking of lead. I got into a discussion about lead yesterday about at work. Now it's sort of like a parallel now. So we were talking about radon gas because I live in a rocky area and I'm a realtor as well. So we were talking about the radon coming in, but you know I divest on that. That's a little off topic. So 90% of the shrimp that we get in America is imported from these countries, from Ecuador, from Indonesia, from Thailand, from China. It's farm raised and it's fucking shit and it's slowly killing you. And I'm being dead ass fucking honest with you. Shit's fucked up. So, you know, do you really want that? Let me see. Oh, wow. So here's an interesting statistic here. There's 89,000 pounds of shrimp per acre. Whereas, you know, a normal, if you had an actual farm of shrimp with, you know, normal conditions for raising a shrimp, I guess, it would be 445 pounds per acre. So you go from 445 to 89,000. So that is more than 100. That's almost 200. Yeah, that's really close to. Wait, it is. It is 200 times the amount. That's insane. That's so. What they do now in these foreign lands is they put 200 times the amount of shrimp that you're supposed to have into the same acreage, so they can get the best profit and, you know, make the most money. And it's not, you know, these guys aren't, it's not like some guy over in Indonesia said, you know what, let's fucking start shrimp farming. It's some rich American guy who's doing this. You know, it's not you know, that we have to blame foreigners. I'm just saying that some guy in America who is rich enough to fucking study this or whatever, or pay some fucking smart guy to study the shrimp consumption or the seafood consumption, the cheapest seafood that's consumed at high amounts. How can we reduce the cost? How can we get more out there to consumers? How can we shove it down their fucking gullet? Well, we could go to Indonesia, Thailand, all these countries that we've wrecked with war. We've utterly destroyed. They have no fucking, they don't care. They'll give us the land. They need the money. Right? So they outsource everything to over there, have it off-labeled as subsidiary, completely different unrelated name, yada, 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 basic story right there, right? So, wow. Actually, so they use so many, and that's why the the pesticides, the nitrogen, the antibiotics and everything, the failure rate, you know, exponentially increases as well when you begin to farm at 200 times the quantity per acre. So the failure rate jumped to around 70-80%, and they began to introduce antibiotics, you know, disinfectants, anti-pollutants, you know, fertilizers, pesticides, everything that's illegal to use on U.S. farms, but isn't there. But when you import it, we don't give a fuck. Let's eat it. And, you know, that's pretty much, well, that's the case with a lot of foods. I'll continue to discuss this with you guys. So, you know, you'd think that the U.S. government would give a shit. The FDA would care. But they don't. They only inspect 2% of shrimp coming in. So you're more likely probably to get fingered up the butt when you're going on a plane by some reject who works for TSA than you are to eat some healthy seafood in America today. And I'm fucking dead being real honest, because that actually happened to me when I was leaving Charlotte this year. So, yeah, I know all about that. I didn't even get a reach around. So, um, let me just get it. Here's another statistic. It was found that 30% of 143 shrimp products tested from 111 vendors visited nationwide were misrepresented. So that they don't even tell you where it's coming from. While 35% of those 111 vendors sold misrepresented shrimp. Of the 70 restaurants visited, 31% sold misrepresented products, while 41% of the 41 grocery stores and markets visited sold misrepresented products. So it looks like as you go to restaurants and grocery stores, you're just getting fucked. So the most common species substitution was farmed white leg shrimp, sold as wild shrimp, and Gulf shrimp. So even if you go to the store and you say, wow, Edwin, this video was great. It was so inspiring and thought-provoking. Let me go out there and get some wild shrimp from now on. No, they're going to fuck you up the ass one more time. And they're just going to sell you some white farm-raised fish and say it's Gulf or wild-raised. Only the half of the labels labeled simply shrimp were actually wild species. And the city in the United States with the highest percentage of faked fucking shrimp that will fuck you up is New York City. Grand old Manhattan, baby. 43% of the shrimp there is misrepresented and will fucking kill you. So yeah, it's fucking terrible. Here's a quick rundown, recap of the video that I talked about with the shrimp. 7 reasons. 7 deadly sins of shrimp. Let's rattle them off, boys and girls. So 90% of the shrimp we eat is imported, which I already discussed the problem. It's coming from Indonesia. Some rich white guy in America owns these shrimp farms, and they don't give a fuck about you because they're so rich that they could fucking probably get 6 fucking hearts. What was it? Rockefeller, he's not young, he's like 100, but he's the son of the barons. He used to kill people for fucking oil, the oil barons, the great Rockefellers of fucking America, the scumbags. This guy's on his 5th fucking heart. If I fucking have a heart attack, I'm not getting another heart. I'm fucking dying. So these guys don't give a fuck about us. Shrimp are, the farms are run under shit conditions. They fucking, dump in antibiotics, pesticides. Let me get some fucking, whatever the fuck they're putting in there. Disinfectants, anything into the water, because there's so much shit, because they're farming 200 fucking % of what they should be farming. It's fucking killing you. It's really misrepresented. As I've pointed out with the statistics, almost 30%, some as high as 45, almost half. In the biggest U.S. cities, it seems like the number is much higher. Misrepresentation. So even if you go out there trying to be healthy and get some wild shrimp, you're still getting fucked by the rich. Imported shrimp, too, contains illegal compounds that aren't allowed to be in the food in the United States. Shrimp farming, that was number 4. Shrimp farming is destroying the earth. 5. That's number 5. It causes the fish populations to plummet. It destroys coastal lowlands, especially mangroves. So Indonesia, I know, has a lot of mangrove forests. Thailand. I don't know about Ecuador. I don't think so, no. But I digress there. The mangrove forest, everything is fucking, they're killing everything. McDonald's is killing everything in fucking Brazil, and we haven't even fucking discovered, half of the Amazon. What's going on down there? So, fuck it. Let's make some fucking money and kill everybody. Let's fucking do it. Who the fuck gives a shit, right? Shrimp contains xenoestrogens, which are associated with breast cancer, kidney, pancreas, and brain cancer. So if those types of cancers appeal to you, continue to eat shrimp. And it's also linked to unethical labor practices. So just like your iPhone, which I do have in rose gold, there's probably some young fucking girl farming this shit, being exposed to all these chemicals and fucking, suffering. Because at the end of the day, it's America, and you guys, the majority voted in the president, Donnie T. It's all about the bottom line. As long as it's in the black, as long as we're operating at the degree of gross profit that we're, well, that's not the bottom line, that's up here. But, oh, they probably avoid EBIT too. I mean, the income taxes are probably mad low in those countries. I digress there. I don't know if they have APA, the bilateral, trade agreements they have, or even the customs duty. As I've reported before with the FDA, they barely inspect 2%. So it seems like they don't really go through too much of a customs process there. But customs would tax them on the income that they're supposed to receive from it. So that's completely different. That's taxation. Boring, but yeah, so that's why shrimp sucks. Monster, pretty fucking good. I like it. It's clearly giving me energy. I'm very up. It's early. It's 7 in the morning. And I'm like, woo! But, so yeah. Oh, another thing too, somebody asked me about yesterday, which I think is really important. Watch your electrolyte levels when you're dieting. It's very, very important. As you increase your fluid intake and decrease the micronutrient intake that you would get from, all of your fruits, your vegetables, different carbohydrate sources, as I've discussed in prior videos, those things are all amazing and essential for health. But if you're trying to do some extreme fat loss, watch your electrolyte levels. Make sure they're good. I think the ADA, which, they probably are fucking full of shit too, but they recommend, I think it's 2.4 grams of sodium, pure sodium, or 5 grams of table salt, sodium chloride, or, yeah, whatever, I think it's sodium chloride, right? Yeah, well, I'm going to stick with that for now. I might be wrong, but you can check. Table salt. You need more table salt than regular sodium. So you could easily get a supplement at Vitamin Shop. There's one under the there. I just saw online yesterday. I was doing some research for a friend who was asking me this. It's like $15 for a bottle, and it has 275 milligrams of pure sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Or you can just supplement. I thought I just had a bottle of magnesium tablets. You get supplement with magnesium. It's just very important to have your electrolytes. But this is a long discussion. I'm going to cut myself off, guys, before I fucking go too hard. And I'm wishing you all the best. Have a great day. Make the most of it. And focus your fucks on what you want to fuck with. Don't fuck with anything else. Take care of yourself. And everything else will fall in place. If you take care of yourself, you're taking care of yourself for other people that you want to take care of. So take care of you, for you. Take care of me, for you. Instead of taking care of them, for you. You know what I mean? Well, I'll make another video on that. But, alright guys, it's Edwin and I'm signing off. Have a great day.